goal of the workshop was trying to get some measures and indices so that we can make figures of merit to assess the value of the STEM enterprise. Very, very
Really, the
difficult.
upshot of all of this is we need to rethink our competitiveness debate and think about it in terms of workforce, and that is that it's not IBM competing against Hitachi. It's really IBM competing its American workforce against its Indian workforce. And so we need to be thinking about how do we create competitive workers and do that in a way that's not by lowering wages, but instead by making them more productive and earning their salary premiums.
And so we look where in that supply chain we need to take innovations and interventions in order to increase the supply of quality, clearable STEM workers to come into the aerospace and defense workforce.
As a practitioner in the field of education, today's conference was incredibly stimulating. However, I also realized that there's so much more work to be done in this area to be able to influence the policymakers to see the value and the investment that is needed to further advance the work in the STEM
Our
field.
presentation focused on STEM education in the primary grades and how it's so important to reach students at an early age and inspire them to become scientists, technologists, engineers, mathematicians, because they're going to be ones driving the global economy.
We actually don't have a lot of data or theory to really answer most of the questions that policymakers need answers to make choices about research and development and science and technology policy. And so we have information indicating that more is better than less, but beyond that, to answer some of the finer questions that policymakers have, we're really still largely in the dark.
Yeah, the workshop has been a very good conference. Tremendous talent in the speakers and a lot of diversity both in their approach, in their content, but also in their outlook. We had some, actually earlier in the day, we had more sort of bad news about the way things are going. In the afternoon, for whatever reason, we seem to have turned toward people that are more positive and showing us perhaps how, with what metrics we can put together, there's a bit of an upswing here, and a lot of good advice to all kinds of people, from the scientists all the way to the policy people, on ways in which we might be able to take some steps forward.
And I want to say to the people at IEEE, UEF, and other folks, very good show. Thanks a lot.